Hi there, welcome to another video from the Vickers MG Collection and Research Association. What I want to do is just take you through some of the material that we're releasing from our digital archive at the moment, and this is the Ordnance Board reports. These are the documents that record all of the trials and developments through the Second World War, as we are at the moment. So we've just started sharing 1939, and the first document that we're sharing is this one. It's the report of the President of the Ordnance Board for the year ending December 31st, 1939. So you can understand from these reports, this is a summary, and this is available for everybody. This isn't, you don't have to be a member of Patreon to get access to this report, even though we're hosting it on Patreon. So please do go and have a look and see if you're tempted to join us. That's why we'd really like you to look at these and understand things. Now, what we have is these president's reports are summaries of all of the other documents, and this is all the subjects we cover. Now, obviously, we like the look of machine guns that's there, but then we have, some of you will like cartridges, the different armaments and stuff that here, enemy munitions for bombs, aircraft bombs. And what's quite interesting is the work they do for the Air Raid Precautions Department of the Home Office, in that they are working out what thickness of concrete air raid shelter should be and stuff like that. So I think there's a couple more pages. Yep. So we've got then packages, so ammunition boxes, and then small arms ammunition, rifles and tubes. And tubes are a firing mechanism, so it's not just that they're studying plumbing. So we've got a few different things there as well. Really interesting stuff. And like I say, this is the summary. So if we want to see, it also gives us who was on the board, which is fascinating in itself. You can see some familiar names there. Ransford of the Small Arms Experimental Establishment at Hythe School of Musketry, or the Small Arms School by this point. In there, so what you get is a little an overview of what the board has covered. Now I'm going to skip through to machine guns, and let's say it's usefully in alphabetical order. There's cartridges. You can start to see. Now this file itself is so big that we've actually had to split it into two files to put up on our Patreon. But what are we on? We're on mortars, fuses, time fuses and percussion. I think we're in, so fuses. Are we still in F? Cartridge cases. Should have read the index, shouldn't I? What have we got? 3-inch mortar, propellants, grenades, machine guns. Here we go. So from a machine gun perspective, we've got barrel wear here. So a report by the Chief Superintendent and Research and Design, I think that is. The thickness in barrels, permanent barrel packings. So this is, instead of using the asbestos packing rings, it's trying to use something called a Buna ring, B-U-N-A, and Halprene, another material there. One you might well recognise is this, the first aid repair of perforated water jackets. So those of you that have in your collections the small tin that fits in the top of the box spare parts, this is the trials. So the Dunlopillo rubber enclosed between sheets of impervious rubber and secured by a curved metal plate and a metal band has been tested and approved for adoption. So this is, this is the trial that adopts that. You then have the reduction of flash eliminators, functioning at low temperatures, a lubricant that would work at low temperatures there. And you see the trials of the Vickers K, the 4-barreled Vickers K, 4-barreled 0.5-inch and twin-barreled Lewis guns. What else? And then plenty on the Bren. There's loads of stuff in 1939, there's understandably on the Bren. So we've got mountings, development of the Motley mounting, different alloys for the barrels, What else is there? High and low temperature trials. The magazine. Much work has been done on the magazine of the Bren guns. Failures were reported from Palestine indicating the design lacked strength. And the evolution of an improved magazine filling machine was also in hand. Yeah, and then we've got 15mm Beezer coming into service. And then what's really useful is this nice list at the end of that section there that was saying, like, this is the random stuff that we've been proposed. So multiple gun in which 2 barrels were interconnected, gas operated weapons, a fabric bow under trial, which is the stripless ammunition bow, metal bout invented by Herr Bergmann, bout filling machine, which those of you that have tried to fill the stripless bouts will know is a complete pain. And then you've got the different mechanisms being studied here that they just look at once and go no. So these lists are really interesting. And as I said, I've looked at machine guns there a little bit, but they cover loads of different things. What we'd do is just pick one of these, and I can share the additional information. So let's look at this. 909 is the reference number for the for the barrel casing, and you'll see the detail that comes up with that. So this is the start of the proceedings for March the 21st, 1939. And you can see that 909 is going to fall in that category. And we've got all the other stuff that falls in here as well. This is probably the maximum file size we're going to be able to share. One meeting in one file, and then we'll put all of those files on the same page, but we're unlikely to get more than 1 month per page because of file size. Absolutely huge amount. Each one of these larger books is about 2 inches thick. You can just see the depth of it there. Several hundred pages, converts into several gigabytes of material, and you can just, for those Bren gun aficionados amongst you, look, that's the trial there for how, or one of the notes, and it all links into previous memos on Bren guns. So fascinating. There's loads of material in this for anybody to get stuck into. Let's have a look through and find 909. And as we do, we can just go past some of these other things that are in there. Fuses, time, fuses, mortar. I'll show you the index in a minute of what I've put together to try and have this make sense, because clearly you can't develop this. You can't search this. It's just the images at the moment. We've got the boxes for expendable liners for BISA ammunition. And Vickers is in there as well. So this is the development of the liners. Development of the boys ammunition on the right there. Look, modifications to the anti-tank rifle. The carrying handle. Where do you put it? It's just minor stuff that leave without saving, that you'll see. Now, where is 908? Brownings and Gladiator aircraft, and then 909. So a small entry just saying cost of supply for 300, 500, and 700, and does the committee approve? So approval is given for the introduction to the service of the box containing 2 repair outfits in accordance with the following designs. Now, annoyingly, these drawings aren't included. We may be able to add them from another source one day, but what this does give us is the previous memos as well. So we're able to track back, and you'll see that on some of the indexing work that we've done. And this SA51 will already be on the Patreon page. So anything historic, you'll be able to look back. We have all of the Small Arms Committee minutes, Munitions Design Committee, which took over from it during the Great War, and then Ordnance Board minutes from 1938 onwards when the Small Arms Committee ends. All of those from 1900 through to this 1939 set that we're putting up now, and we plan to continue to upload that So you will get all of that material. This is all available for patrons at this level of detail. So let's have a look at that index and see how we can explain how to use it. Now, if you're not a patron already, what you'll have to do is sign up to access the detailed information. If you've gone in through the link, the direct link to our to the Ordnance Board President's reports, you might not see this, but you can see we've got a range of tiers depending on how much you want to support us, and there are different benefits from that. So some people will get the A3 posters if you sign up, your postcards as keepsakes, or you can just sign up and just have the digital material for £2.50 a month plus VAT, so £3 a month. And if you want to just sign up annually, you can save 10% on any of these as well. If you want to get all of our material on DVD, all of our manuals on DVD, the Vickers MG manuals, and then updates every month, then you can sign up for the machine gun instructor here. And it does actually work out, so for 1 month, better value than buying those DVDs individually. And of course, the material comes to us. So please do sign up and join us. You'll see, that you can see there that we've got 7,205 images on the site. Those are the scans of the individual materials on our Manual Monday sharing, different videos. But what you'll get is, if you do hit that, you'll get this Ordnance Board. This is what we've shared today. And what I've just shown you on the video. This is the President's report, and like I say, it's been split into 2 sections. The index itself is available through that link. Patrons have it pinned to the top of their landing page, so you'll be able to see it. But if we go to this link here, you'll go to say that information. This is publicly available, so that you don't have to sign in. I've not signed in at all to get this. So the index, and the index is an Excel spreadsheet that we've got shared online through our OneDrive account. Please don't hack it. What you'll get and you'll come up to is this full index, and it's landed where I last made a change. It's a little bit cumbersome because it's a spreadsheet acting as a database, which always is a bit cumbersome. You have so quickly. You have the type of report, and this is the Small Arms Committee minutes back in 1931, and then the reference number. Some of them have headings and sections, some don't. And this is just the trials of chopped cordite as a propellant. Rules slide Mark 1, loads of different stuff. Lewis gun mountings, Madsen 20mm automatic gun in there. Different things like that. Now, if we just page down most of the way, you'll start to see that in 1937 you can see the amount of material. This indexing does take a significant amount of time. And here we go. We said about SA 51, and that's machine guns first aid repair for perforated water jackets. That's where you'll find it. What we can do is, if you want to, is the links are here. You can then just copy that link in. This won't be available free of charge. You will have to sign up. But you'll be able to copy it into your browser once you have. Some of them do work as hyperlinks, and if I click that, what you will get, you see, is unlock this post by becoming a patron, and you'll get all those minutes there, SA 50 to SA 56 in that particular bundle. Some are bigger than others because it depends on what the committees were working through. And then, these are the section headings. So the Ordnance Board reports from 1938 are already up there. We just had to stop at 1939 because access to the archives restricted us. But you can see from this the huge amount of material that we have shared, taken the time to photograph, index, create into usable PDFs, and share. So those PDFs are then sorted by name, with the reference number and the date of the meeting on them. So that's what you need if you do download any. You probably don't want to. The index is what you might want to download, but we do keep it updated as much as possible. And you can see there that we're getting up to the end, well, July 1938. The date is formatted in American style for some reason. As you can tell, I'm British. I like my days in front of my months. but you could, yeah, so we're September, all of this stuff. All I wanted to do was just show the end of the year, and to do that actually I could press end and down, and that should take me to the end of the column, and that's a core agenda, some amendments there. The last thing of interest to me is a proposal by SCB Monday on a machine carbine. There was no further action. So if you are interested in machine guns and machine carbines, then you need to do that. I haven't updated the links on this yet. I'll have to get around to doing that. When was the last time I added the links? So they're linked up to 25th of October, but they are there and available online. I just haven't done that, so I'll get on with that. You can see, let's say, the range of material there as well. So the index is quite usable. It's obviously searchable as well if you know how to search for items on let's look Lee Metford. Let's go a little bit earlier. Find next. First mentioned Lee Sparkbrook Lee Metford rifles, 20th of February 1900. Loads of mentions then. Let's go for Maxim. First mention of the Maxim is a sight for a rifle actually being proposed in November 1900. Let's look for Vickers machine gun and see what we get. First mention of Vickers machine gun in that stream. The trials are here in 1910, sorry, in 1911. So this is the emergency belt. Funnily enough, that links in with the metal belt that we have recently talked to you about as well. What else we got? Let's think of it. Sten. Anything for Sten? No, Hodgkinson's tungsten bullet. No, so Sten won't be here, I don't think, yet. No, tungsten, because everything's a little bit too early. But obviously, Bren is here. Modifications, 1938 in butt supports, all of this stuff in the index, and we've sort of gone past the original trials, but yeah, so all available for you. Hopefully that's a brief explanation of what the Ordnance Board proceedings are, how you can learn from them as a small arms researcher. You might just want to look at the President's reports and have a read of those, but if you don't, please do dive in, please do support us on Patreon, and get access to the full detail. And we'd love to hear what you're finding. One of the reasons that we wanted to share this is to get a larger number of people reading it, and tell us what they find, because we can't read it all ourselves. We'll focus on the Vickers. I'm sure we'll get distracted by the Lewis and the Bren, and our friends at the Armourer's Bench will look at the machine carbines, and Bloke on the Range will talk about rifles, and all of these other people that have seen this and think it's valuable. Please join them and use it as great research material. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Please support us on Patreon if you're able to, and let us know of anything you'd like to see in the future. I look forward to hearing from you.